Living in Korea. Korea is a peninsula located in Far East Asia. It is surrounded by the ocean on three sides, neighboring Japan to the east, China to the north. Korea is known to have history of 5,000 years with one tribe, one language, and one alphabet. Korea is currently one of a few countries that stay divided into two different regimes, the democratic part in the south and the communist part in the north. Relocation services are needed only in the south, which we often refer to as South Korea. Officially known as the Republic of Korea, there are over 51 million people living in the peninsula, with almost one half of it concentrated in the Seoul capital area. The climate in Korea is characterized by 4 distinct seasons: warm and bloomy spring, hot and humid summer, mild sunny autumn, and cold and sometimes bitterly cold winter. Transportation. Living in Korea, you may wonder how you can travel around the country within a city. Transportation in South Korea is provided by extensive networks of railways, highways, bus routes, and air routes. Fast train called KTX serves all major cities in Korea, which allows you to reach from one and another within less than 3 hours. Virtually all towns in South Korea, of all sizes, are served by regional bus service that serve major cities, which, in fact, are the easiest way to travel within a city and to avoid heavy traffic. Not to mention, taking a taxi in Korea would be one of the easiest yet relatively inexpensive ways to travel within a city, unless you want to drive a car. Driving in Korea. South Koreans drive on the right side, as in the US and many other continental European countries. If your stay in Korea is less than a year, you can drive with an international driving permit that you obtain from your home country. Should it be longer than 1 year, you need to convert your driver's license from home country to a Korean one. Procedures and required documents for a conversion vary depending on your nationality and visa type, so please consult with Reloko to prepare yourself for it. International Hospital. Hospitals and clinics in Korea are generally equipped with the latest medical equipment and high-quality medical service. In order to respond to the heightened demand for care from growing international population, some hospitals operate a 24-hour emergency medical call center, offering advice and assistance over the phone and free interpretation services. Grocery. Korea has several hypermarket chains such as Costco and E-Mart. Good service and long opening hours attract many shoppers come by and enjoy a well-stocked selection of Korean and Western groceries, clothing, kitchenware, and many other household items. So these were a few aspects of living in Korea, but would that be it? There are hundreds of ways to enjoy in Korea. For many other ways to make your living experience in Korea enriching, you can always reach out to your designated consultant in Reloko and enjoy Korea in your own special way. We are your first friends in Korea after all. We aim to go beyond what is expected. Housing in Korea.
If your relocation to Korea is decided, you'll be dreaming of finding a new sweet home for yourself and your family. But finding a new home in a foreign country can be challenging, especially because housing conditions can be rather different from what you're used to. Yet, wherever you'll be relocating, Reloko can be there for you to help find yourself home. Seoul, the capital of South Korea, is a major business hub where more than 70% of foreign companies are located, which naturally makes it popular for expat living. Traditionally, expats have mainly settled in north of Seoul. They're now scattered all over the city, following their work and school location, while keeping some areas of Seoul still popular. Itaewon Hanam area, otherwise known as Expat District, is with the largest percentage of foreign residents in Seoul, with a vast number of facilities available for foreigners, including embassies and international schools. While the main streets of Itaewon Hanam are bustling with activity day and night, many villas and standalone houses are located in a peaceful residential area. The UN Village, a compound within Hanam, hosts many Western-style houses, which makes a peaceful and luxurious neighborhood. Yongsan Station is one of the busiest stations in all of Korea with access to intercity trains and many different subway lines. It has a crowded feel with abundance of office buildings and high-rise apartment complexes. Convenient access to shopping and public transportation, however, makes this area a popular choice for expats who work outside of Seoul and look for high-rise apartments. Gwaedong and Samcheongdong are one of the few treasured places in the center of Seoul that still have a traditional Korean feel to it. Located between the traditional village and palace, it hosts many cozy stores which attract people from all over Seoul to experience its delicacies and to shop souvenirs. You'll often find it particularly busy with shoppers and visitors on weekends. Availability of housing in this area is very limited due to the limited space and construction restrictions. If you like to live in a more quiet residential area, then you might consider Seongbuk-dong and Pyeongchang-dong, which is located in the hills next to Bukhansan Mountain. Despite of its limited access to public transportation, it is popular with Korean executives and foreign ambassadors, as it offers excellent views with more greenery and space for families to live. Located just a short walk from Intercity Bus Terminal Station, Bangbae-dong, also known as Seoul Village, tends to be favorites for easy access to Gangnam area. Having the French school in the neighborhood, it is especially popular among the French and makes it also known as French Village. A beautiful tree-lined avenue with plenty of upscale restaurants and cafes attract people from other parts of Seoul to visit. Larger Western-style housing is easier to come by, and most of the areas are quiet and relaxed, giving a suburban feel.
Accommodation in Korea is very expensive following a distinct trend. The larger the city, the fiercer the competition. Yet a wide range of housing options is available, either furnished or unfurnished, and they all come with the traditional Korean floor heating system. High-rise apartment. Apartments are common in major cities in Korea, and where the majority of expats in Korea will likely reside. High-rise apartments usually have more than 20 stories, and newer apartment type called residential commercial complex often comes with sports facilities, underground parking, and other convenient features, such as stores and supermarkets. They are modern but without open balconies connected to each unit. Villa, low-rise apartment. Villas, or also known as low-rise apartments, bridge the gap between apartments and houses, being 3 to 5 stories high. Unlike high-rise apartments, many of luxurious villas are Western style and often have enclosed or open balconies. Standalone house. Standalone houses are privately owned and have accompanying gardens and garages. Due to a limited space in Korea, however, housing availability for such option can be very limited. All three options we have seen so far are unfurnished, but they sometimes have basic appliances such as fridge and washer. Serviced apartment. Unlike other housing options, serviced residents come furnished and offer regular cleaning and concierge services. Several serviced residents are available in Seoul and Busan. While the high-end serviced apartments are found only in Seoul, new properties are under plan in different cities. Housing options can be different from one city to another, so let us guide you through the process of relocating to Korea. Rest assured that you are in the hands of professionals with ample experience in the relocation field that can help you find yourself home in Korea. Schooling in Korea. If you are relocating to Korea with children, there is no doubt that finding a right school for your children is on the top of the priority list. Most of expats opt for international school over local Korean school for their children. About 45 international schools in Korea offer a full curriculum at all levels, often following either American curriculum with AP programs or international curriculum with IB programs. Besides those schools that mainly use English, there are also French, German, Japanese, and Chinese schools. The schools all follow the school year of their affiliated country, and some have bus services serving all expat areas. It is important that you send in application form to the respective school for admission as soon as you confirm your relocation to Korea, as waiting lists develop quickly. Tell us what your education needs are. Our international team of experienced consultants can help you find the best suitable school for your children.